Spirit Sports Consultants presents
NFL Week 7 Best Bets and All Game Picks. This is our second of two. The first we projected the scores. Now we're going to talk about detailed matchups, lines, and give you the best play for each if we have a selection. We're going to start out here with the Jags at the Saints Thursday night special. We're going to go with the Saints here 24-17. We think the Jags win streak has been impressive. We think they reverse fortune here, have an off game. Tough to play in Caesars Superdome. We've been there for about 10 games. We know what a raucous crowd that could be. Looking at the lines, we got the Saints favored by 3, over under 39. NOLA 149. We're going to go with Saints -3 as a best bet for the week. Commanders of the Giants. These are two teams we don't really trust. Not sure what to expect from week to week. Who would have thought the Giants played so well against Buffalo? Still lost. We like the Commanders here, 23-17. We think they're a little bit more balanced. Looking at the line here, is Commanders -1.5. Over-under is 40. We're going to go with the Commanders -1.5, although we don't make this a best bet because we don't really trust either team. 49ers at the Vikings. This is the Monday night game. We really love this setup here. This is one of those classics where the 49ers are coming off an unlucky loss, missing a field goal at the end. Then the Vikings, with Justin Fields getting hurt during the game, a lot of weird plays in that one. We like the 49ers bouncing back 28-14. Taking a look at the lines, we got San Francisco -6.5. The over-under is 44. We're going to go with the 49ers -6.5 as the best bet. We think they come roaring back after that awful effort at Cleveland. Steelers at the Rams. The Steelers have had a weird year. They've won narrow victories and then been blown out. A very uneven year. Pass defense has been phenomenal, but in this game, we think that Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense generates just enough against that pass defense to win it. Looking at the early lines, the Rams -2.5. Over-unders number is 43.5. Look at that one a little closer. For our best bet, we're going to take the Rams at home 2.5. And before we continue, just a reminder to please subscribe to our channel. We put out these weekly NFL picks even when we can hardly talk. Highlights. We're going to start doing some sports travel videos as well, so please subscribe. Thank you. And to many of you out there wondering why on earth would I subscribe to this channel, we'll take a look at our recent success. We're 11-4 last week. We've kind of hit our stride a little bit. We had a few tough ones last week. Why did we pick against the Lions? We felt bad about that one right away, but all in all, we've been very positive this season. So again, please subscribe. And back to the games with the Raiders and the Bears. So the question for us is the quarterback injury status. As of Tuesday, when we recorded this, Justin Fields is out for sure, and Jimmy Garoppolo is most likely not playing. We project scores for all games, so all things being equal, we'll take the Raiders here 28-21, but we'll say no action because of the injury status, so avoid this game. Chargers at the Chiefs in an AFC West division matchup. As a division rival, the Chargers always play the Chiefs tough, but seem to always lose close games, which is why we're going to forecast Chiefs 34, Chargers 31 in this one. Looking at the lines, however, we see some opportunity to be contrarian. We have the Chiefs -6, over/under number 50.5. Money line -238 for Mr. Swift. We're going to take the Chargers +7 because if you look at that 3-point margin average, we think there's some value here in the Chargers. Packers at the Broncos. Not to say neither team is impressive, but if you look at their combined 3 wins, 2 were over the Bears. So it's not saying much. We're going to go with the Packers 31-28. We picked this because we see with Aaron Jones and Christian Watson coming back, we think the Packers have more upside. Current line is Packers -1. Totals number is 44.5. We're not going to set a best bet here because we just don't trust either team, but if you had to pick, take Green Bay. Lions at the Ravens. If the Dolphins-Eagles game is the main heavyweight matchup, this has got to be right next to it. 2 really great defenses, 1 passing offense, 1 rushing offense. But in this case, we think the passing offense is going to be able to put up more points, and that, of course, is Jared Goff and the Lions. 21-17 is our forecast, and a lower scoring game because these defenses are very, very good. Ravens are a favorite here by 3. The over-under number is 42. Take a look at that one. If it goes a little higher, consider taking it. But for us, this is a best bet. Lions +4. We're not going to bet against the Lions anymore. Browns at the Colts. Last video, we praised Jim Schwartz, so I'm not going to say too much more about that unbelievable defense. Colts defense isn't too shabby either. Who are the Browns going to start at quarterback? Is Deshaun going to finally come back? We still think, regardless of who plays at quarterback, the Browns should take this one 23-17. While we like the Browns in this game, looking at the line, Browns -1.5, and then the over/under number at 40. The best play to us is the under, because we think the Browns offense may still struggle, and the defense, Bills at the Patriots. And to us, there's not a more confusing good team right now than the Buffalo Bills. And we put them in the good categories. They've been good for the past, 3 to 5 years now. Josh Allen is an above average quarterback. We know that. Could, in fact, the injuries to the defense, Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White, really psychologically impacted them? Because the team that lost to the Jags and barely beat the Giants is not the same team that just steamrolled the Dolphins. So I don't know if that took a lot out of them. We're going to go the under here as our best play because we just don't trust the Bills right now. We already picked on Desmond Ridder in our last video, but we want to point out the fact that the Falcons and Bucs both have great offensive supporting casts. But in this case, the Bucs have the better receivers with Godwin and Evans, and we think that's the difference in them taking it 21-17. Taking a look at the lines, we've got the Bucs favored by only 2.5. Over under number at 40. That's kind of enticing. Looking at that one closely, if it goes a little higher, maybe take it for the underplay. But for now, we're going to set the Bucs minus 2.5. Cardinals at Seattle in an NFC West divisional matchup. While we've been impressed by Josh Dobbs and what he's done with the Cardinals all season, we're even more impressed with Geno Smith and the Seahawks wide receivers, plus rookie cornerback sensation Devin Witherspoon. That guy's going to be a star. So looking at the lines here, we've got Seattle minus 6.5. That line's a little high. Over under number 44.5. That's a little bit intriguing. We're going to say for our best bet, take the Hawks minus 6.5. We think they're going to bounce back after that Bengals game. And finally, the featured event of the week. Dolphins at the Eagles. It's hard not to be impressed by what the Dolphins offense has done all season. The Eagles pass rush could give them fits, and it's curious to see how the Dolphins respond. We still like the Dolphins here, 35-31 on the road. Looking at the lines, the Eagles are favored by 1.5. We like the Dolphins money line plus 115 for this one.
That's all for this time. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to sharing our future videos with you.